Hey guys, welcome back to the system and welcome back to Just a Thought. Now, on Thursday night, I saw Lightyear for the first time in theaters. It was awesome, to say the least, and this is just my spoiler-free review part, but it was awesome, and it says straight in the movie, this is no spoilers still, but it says right when the movie starts, something along the lines of, in 1995, Andy got a Buzz Lightyear toy based off of his favorite movie. This is that movie. And obviously it's gonna have its homages to Star Wars, Interstellar, Final Spaces, if any of you have seen that, stuff like that. But overall, it is separate. Of course, it's going to remind me of those movies like Interstellar and Final Space and Star Wars and shows and whatnot, but it is its own thing, very much its own thing, completely separate from Toy Story and all those, because well, in this movie he's not a toy, and he's a real person, and yeah, it's everything that you think Buzz is that's represented in Toy Story movies, like how heroic and how, for lack of a better word, Captain America, like goody two-shoes he is, how brave he is, like kinda, yeah, for lack of a better term, how Captain America he is, how selfless he is, how willing he is to finish the mission, as they state in the movie multiple times. Great constant that the movie keeps coming back to. And as you saw in the trailers and TV spots, there is a cute robotic cat named Socks. And when I saw this Socks character, I automatically assumed, with my cynical brain, that it was going to be shit. Or like one of those marketable, you know, cute creatures to sell toys. Frankly, it was going to be like a mediocre character just to sell toys. It was going to be, the takeaway was going to be, oh, cute cat. But really, he was the heart of the film, and I wasn't expecting that at all. Without him, the movie wouldn't be funny. Not whatsoever, but not as funny as it is, and not as heartwarming and enjoyable as it is. And you know, that this is coming out of a robotic cat that Buzz has throughout a lot of the movie. Throughout the whole movie. Because with the Disney and Pixar movies and animated movies, I struggle with enjoying the tropes that they overuse in these movies. Like the cute creature to sell toys, like the ragtag group of misfits that this movie also uses a ton of from that trope, like all the sci-fi elements in this. I thought it was just gonna be kind of a rip-off maybe, or just, I don't know, I thought it was just gonna be kind of copying things or overusing things, and it wasn't that. Like I said, it was completely original story, and obviously the Space Cadets, or I'm sorry, Star Command program that he's in, or organization, sorry, that he's in, reminds me of the, you know, Star Wars, like the rebellion and things like that, of that nature. But there are elements that make it completely original. It makes it very military, but also very sci-fi-y, if that makes sense. Like it's like NASA and military combined, if that makes sense. Oh, and rebellion all combined into like one organization called Star Command, as you know from the Toy Story movies. But yeah, it is a great character study as well, even though there's a lot of, you know, side characters and whatnot in this. It is very much a character study of Buzz, and now we're gonna go into spoilers, so be warned. and his character arc from kind of completing the mission for a Captain America-y, like I said before, kind of similar to actually Captain America's arc from First Avenger to Winter Soldier. It's like with Cap, he trusts the government, always willing to follow the orders and, well, finish the mission, like Buzz. And then same with Buzz, he sees that the Star Command has given up on trying to get back home. As you saw in the trailers, they get stuck on a planet trying to, I forget what they're trying to do, but they get stuck on a planet and they get marooned there, and they try to get back home by forming this, by testing out this the resources on the planet, recreating a hyperspeed crystal, or with Star Wars, a light speed engine, same thing. And because their original one was busted when they landed here. So the Star Command gives up, and at the beginning sort of section of the movie, Buzz's best friend, Alicia Hawthorne, dies, because it's kind of like Interstellar, how time passes differently for Buzz, because Buzz, while having a test flight testing this hyperspeed crystal, it passes 4 minutes for him going back to the planet, but on the planet 4 years pass. So he doesn't give up. Like I said, very Captain America, goody two shoes, follow the mission guy. He, in that nature, he doesn't give up. He keeps testing the crystal until, well, Hawthorne dies of old age, and he goes back. It's a really sad scene. It's a really cool scene as well, just filmmaking wise. He keeps going back to the door because Alicia and Buzz live door to door to each other, and Buzz keeps like opening the door to see her life passing by him, time passing by him. Of course, like Alicia has a kid, Alicia has a wife, Alicia has grandkids, and then eventually Alicia just isn't there because she died. And then he comes to a audio recording, or sorry, a recording, a hologram recording of Alicia saying goodbye to him, and she has to keep it kind of PG, like not really about, I don't know, she just kind of has to keep it safe or sugar coated for her kid, grandkid, who we focus more on, Felicia Hawthorne, later on in the movie, soon after that in the movie. But yeah, very sad scene. It made me think of Interstellar. Spoilers for Interstellar if you haven't seen that. When time passes by Matthew McConaughey's character, Cooper, and it shows how his daughter and son age and everything, as well as, I forget the guy's name, but Michael Caine's character dying. It shows time passing by him, and that was really sad. So it made me remind me, the scene in Lightyear made me think of that movie, which made me tear up. That comparison. Without that comparison, I don't think it would have hit as hard in Lightyear when I saw it, but I think that's another advantage. I think that's an advantage that this movie has, is its homages to other sci-fi movies and shows and whatnot. Since Alicia died, there is a new commander of Star Command. I forget his name, but Alicia's kid, Alicia's son. Yeah, I forget his name, but Alicia's son is a new commander of Star Command, and he's really douchey. He's the one who stops the mission of testing the hyperspeed crystals in order to go back home and send everyone home. When Buzz finds out about this commander giving up on the mission, which is very much against Buzz's nature as a person, giving up on the mission is very much against his nature. He follows the mission, right, like I've said. So he then borrows, as he says, a ship, I think his ship from the storage or whatever of Star Command on that planet. So for context, before Buzz decides to keep going with the mission after the first 4 years pass, after he discovers this time dilation, as they call it in the movie, effect that the test had, the first test flight had on him and his world of people in Star Command and everything. He decides to, after he decides to continue the mission, Socks wants to do something because that's his whole purpose, to try to make Buzz happy. Buzz gives Socks the task of trying to figure out the solution for the fuel problem for the light speed or hyperspeed engine or crystal or whatever. And he solves it after Buzz comes back 4 years after 4 years, time after time, after like 60 something years pass, I think. However many minutes that is for Buzz, I don't know the math. Don't ask me. But yeah, after that many minutes or whatever years pass, Socks solves the problem and creates the perfect, or mostly perfect, the one that works, hyperspeed crystal. And then with that, Buzz does the same test flight another time, and of course another 4 years pass, but this time he enters a wormhole by accident, and 22 years pass after the already 60 whatever years. So Alicia is still dead, but now, since the 22 years passed, Felicia, the granddaughter of Alicia, is 26 instead of, well, 4. So Buzz meets these people. By these people, I mean Felicia's friends. There's Taika Waititi's character, who was hilarious, and then I forget the other people, but there was like this old lady, and then there was yeah, that's it. Oh, and then of course Socks. Oh no, Socks was already with him. Sorry, my bad. But as we later learn soon in the movie, these three people, Taika Waititi's character, Felicia Hawthorne, and the old lady, are all space cadets, which are the lower class before Buzz's rank as Space Ranger. Or I guess, I don't know if this is accurate, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically like the military, with like privates being akin to space cadets, and soldiers or whatever the class is after private, being Space Rangers, akin to Space Rangers. So after Buzz meets Felicia and her team, after a series of unfortunate events, to say the least, just go see the movie. After a series of unfortunate events, Buzz and Felicia and her team are separated. Buzz is on Zurg's ship, which is the big threat. Zurg is the big robot, has the big robot ship with the robot minions, who are always after them because, as we later learn, Zurg's motives on this planet. Now with this big robot threat, Felicia and her team are determined to go save Buzz, because Buzz is captured by Zurg and we now learn that Zurg is actually a version of Buzz from 50 years in the future, in an alternate future, on the opposite side of the wormhole, where he is way more determined to completing the mission, and because of this, he loses track of his growth, as that younger Buzz has in this movie. Like I was saying with how Captain America he is and how his arc is similar, the older Buzz, Zurg, with how he stayed in that Captain America kind of mindset, is very selfish instead of selfless, like our Buzz, like our younger Buzz. In that the older Buzz is loses sight of the fact that Alicia will never have her life that she had on that planet, as well as everyone else that Buzz knew and knows. They'll never have the life that they have had on that planet. And older Buzz loses complete sight of that, and he just doesn't care. And he just wants to complete the mission, and he thinks that it won't matter because it won't exist, because he wants to go back in time before they were stranded on the planet so that he can fix his mistake and stay and go back home, pretty much. So with our younger Buzz's growth, Buzz doesn't lose sight of this, and he realizes the thing that I just said about Alicia and everyone else that he knows and knew not having that life that they have had on that planet that they got stranded on. And he realizes this, and he doesn't care about completing the mission anymore, because like Captain America's arc from First Avenger to Winter Soldier, Buzz trusted the mission, and then he didn't trust the mission because of a big revelation that is similar to Captain America's arc, like I just said, with Captain America trusting the government full-heartedly, and then obviously not trusting the government after what happened with Winter Soldier and Hydra and everything. It was a really cool twist with the older Buzz and how evil he was, how fucked up his motives were, and after a bunch of, scenes and whatnot to fill the time, they stop Zurg and they go back home. Not do anything in the past, but back to the planet where Izzy lives on and where she's 26 and everything. So yeah, and then the post-credit scenes, the first two are funny, but then the third one shows Zurg floating in space and his eyes light up. So maybe he's after Buzz again. Don't know for what, since he can't go back home now. Don't know. But yeah, it was very fun. It was very fun. A lot of people don't like the twist with Buzz, and how he didn't have the cape. But I mean, I honestly didn't think it mattered, because I mean, a lot of the toys for movies aren't accurate. I'm sure the toy that Andy got maybe just came out before the movie came out, or it wasn't accurate. I don't know. Maybe Andy added modifications. Don't know. But I don't think it matters too much, honestly. Because one's a toy and one's a movie. But anyway, people can have their opinions. I just really like the twist, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with the movie, actually. Other than obviously how other people could take, the movie as a rip-off of some other sci-fi elements from other sci-fi movies. But other than that, I mean, to me personally, I didn't mind it. I didn't really care. I just saw it as its original thing, and I really love that. So, really love the movie. Let me know what you thought. If you liked the controversial buzz twist, slash Zurg twist like me, or if you hated it like everyone else, or if you just loved the movie or hated the movie. Anyway, this has been Michael Creates. This has been Just a Thought. And yeah, peace out. Bye bye.